Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of a different type of video. Don't worry, we're still going to be doing videos on Skin Club. We're still going to be doing videos on luck. It's just, I wanted to expand my content a little bit. So today, I'm going to be bringing you boys another story time. If you haven't seen the last story time, I don't blame you, as it was 4 years ago. So it's been a while since I've told a story. So, however, I have a good one for y'all. I hope you enjoy. Basically, boys, this story takes place during middle school because I was actually in band. I played the saxophone. If you know, you know. Shout out my fellow saxophone players. Pretty much, there was this band field trip coming up where the band and the choir were going to be going to Six Flags and SeaWorld, like 2 separate days. Like one day we go to Six Flags, the next we go to SeaWorld. It was a pretty far field trip, but before we get into the field trip, I need to tell you boys about this guy. And we're going to call him Richard. Okay, so me and Richard, we absolutely hated each other. Why? I don't know. You would have to ask him, honestly. See, when me and him first met each other in school, like, we were chill, we had like science class together or something. We sat together and we were frankly chill for the most part. And then just one day, I don't know, bro woke up and decided to switch up. So yeah, pretty much me and him had beef for literally no reason, just middle school bullshit, just kids hating each other. But basically what ended up happening was during the field trip, the school or the band director, whoever, running out like pretty much like a whole entire hotel for pretty much all the students, because there was a bunch of people in the band and the choir, and I'm pretty sure other schools were there too. Yeah, it was pretty much this whole hotel, and each room just had like 3 students, but it would be like they would have like 3 boys in one room, 3 girls in another room. Like, they wouldn't have boys and girls in the same room, which is understandable. Pretty much I got put in a room with 3 other boys. Actually, we had 4 boys in my room, me and 3 other boys included. And for whatever reason, my band director decided to book me and Richard in the same room alongside 2 other people. One of them was actually my boy PJ. Me and him are very cool, so it was nice to have somebody that I actually messed with in there. So, I mean, for the most part, like, when me and Richard first walked in the room, saw each other, we kind of were like, ah, look at this guy. We kind of started joking at first. Like, we weren't really being like on that hating shit, We started out fairly chill, but if you know a petty person, you know that they're gonna stay petty no matter what. So basically what ended up happening was the next day, we went to Six Flags, and if you've ever been to Six Flags or any amusement park, you know that there is a lot of walking involved. And let me preface this by saying all of us were fat, okay? We were all overweight individuals, and if you're overweight, no offense to you if you are, but if you are overweight, you know that walking plus being overweight can only equal one thing, and that is guaranteed chafing. One of the worst pains humanity has to offer. So basically, after a very long day of walking, riding rides, doing whatever you do at Six Flags, all of us were chafed. And if you've ever been chafed before, you know that there's one thing on this earth that will cure it unlike anything else, and that is some Gold Bond. Now, I was a little kid. I didn't pack any Gold Bond. I didn't think to, nor did I have money to go to the store and get Gold Bond, which I don't even think I could. Like, I don't think they would allow us to go to a store either way. I mean, we stopped by like gas stations and stuff, like when we're on the bus, riding the places, but it's not like that's going to be happening anytime soon, We're at the hotel, we're not going to be going to any gas stations, So I'm pretty much cooked, right? However, Richard saw this coming. Bro packed him a fat, and I mean a huge thing of Gold Bond. I'm talking like the biggest bottle they sell at Walmart. Now, Richard, being the nice guy he is, offers to let everybody use the Gold Bond because, again, everybody was chafing. We were all fat. We were all walking all day. We all had chafing. Richard uses it. He lets the other kid use it. He lets my boy PJ use it because he liked PJ. And then it came to me. He didn't offer me it or anything, so he starts putting it in his bag, and I'm like, hey, you mind if I use that? Bro looks at me in the eyes and just shakes his head no, and he's just like, you're not fucking worthy of my Gold Bond. He didn't say those exact words, but I can't remember exactly what he said. But it was just something snobby, like, you're not worthy of touching my Gold Bond. Like, very stupid shit. Like, bro could have very easily let me use the Gold Bond, and it would have fucking been no hassle to him. But I'm not a bitch. I wasn't finna sit there and complain and be like, oh, let me use the Gold Bond, so I just said, fuck it. I was gonna go, whatever. If I get chafed, dude. I could just deal with it when I get home, We're only gonna be on this field trip for like a couple more days. Now, this hotel we were staying at, it had like a little concession stand. Like, it didn't have like snacks, if I remember. It might have had some like chips or whatever. But I remember most is that it had like a huge ass like fridge with like sodas, waters, Red Bulls. And I guess Richard was feeling rather thirsty because he announced to the room that he was gonna go get him, like, I think he said he's gonna go eat a root beer or something. room, and the other kid that was in the room, not my boy PJ, he decided that he wanted to go with Richard, go get him something as well. So both of them decide to go down to the concession stand and get them a beverage, which means both of them are leaving the room. It's just going to be me and my boy PJ in the room. Now, the second they leave the room, like where their bed's at, you could see it if you were looking in the direction of the door. So as I see that door close, I glance just a little bit to my left and I see Richard's bag. I look over at my boy PJ and I'm like, hey, you're not going to snitch if I like use his gold bond, right? And my boy PJ was like, of course not. Like he even agreed that it was stupid as fuck. He wouldn't let me use just a little bit of gold bond. He was like, nah, man, I don't care. Go ahead, knock yourself out. And obviously we're in a hotel room, so like I saw where Richard put the gold bond in his bag. It's not like it was like in some fucking secret compartment or whatever. It wasn't hard to find. I take bro's gold bond, go into the bathroom real quick, apply it to myself, put it back in his bag, and I go back to sitting down on the bed just watching. I think we were watching like Pawn Stars or some shit on the TV. We were watching some bullshit hotel room TV shows. But I'm sitting there thinking all is fine and dandy. I got my gold bond. Richard doesn't even know. He's gonna come back with a root beer, probably go to bed soon anyways. I'm gonna be able to go the next day feeling just a little bit better. Probably gonna get chafed at SeaWorld, but hey, I was able to find some relief for tonight. Or at least that's what I thought, because when Richard and that other kid get back into the hotel room from getting their fucking root beers or whatever, they walk into the room, the door closes behind them, and I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I don't know if bro felt something like in the atmosphere or whatnot, but like you just see Richard stop. Like he takes a couple steps into the door, stops, the door closes behind him, and bro looks like he's going through an existential crisis. Like he has a blank look on his face, staring into nothing. And I shit you not, he just looks up at me and my boy PJ, and he just goes, "Who the fuck touched my gold bond?" Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how he like sensed it. I don't know what this man's obsession with his gold bond is, but he somehow knew that someone touched his gold bond. Bro drops his root beer, it goes on the ground, runs over to his bed, unzips his bag frantically. He pulls out the thing of gold bond and he like lifts it up and down like he's weighing it. And he somehow was able to determine, I don't know, bro. Maybe he was weighing the gold bond. I don't fucking know, dude. He must have kept it on lock, because he weighs the gold bond in his hand and he just locks eyes with me. And he's like, "Did you touch my fucking gold bond?" And I didn't know what this guy was finna do to me for touching his gold bond. Like, he seemed to be very obsessed with it. So I just kind of was like, no, man, I didn't touch your gold bond. This dude fucking leaps over the bed to me. Like, shit you not. Gets on all fours like a fucking dog. Starts sniffing me. Just real quick, bro fucking looks at me dead in the eyes. And he says, "You smell like gold bond." Dude, in my mind, I didn't know what to think, okay? Like, I thought I was gonna be able just to finesse some gold bonds and go about my night, dude, but this guy just clearly took offense to me touching his gold bond. Bro was acting like it was the fucking cure to cancer. But yeah, pretty much bro pushes me, and he's just like, "Yo, don't touch my fucking gold bond ever again, dude. This ain't fucking yours." Which, I mean, yeah, he is kind of right. It's not my gold bond, but also at the end of the day, bro, like, it's literally a huge bottle, bro, and I didn't, like, waste it or anything. Like, I didn't fucking go dump his gold bond down the trash. I literally just, I applied it how you're supposed to apply it and used the amount you're supposed to use. Okay, I was very conservative with his gold bond. And you would think that would be the end of the story, but of course it's not. As I said, we were there for a couple more days. If you've ever been in a hotel room, I'm sure you know that there's safes in every hotel room. Now, obviously, we were kids. We weren't going to be using the safe, but I shit you not, this kid Richard fucking sets a lock on the safe just to fucking store that bottle of gold bond. He literally went through the measure of setting up the safe just to store that bottle of gold bond to make sure I couldn't get it. Now, if that's not petty, I don't know what is. So if there's something to take from this story, boys, it's sharing is caring, whether it be gold bond or any other thing. Also, don't be addicted, people. Yeah, I know this is very different compared to the usual type of content. Also, sorry if it's a little bit sloppy. I haven't done a story in a while. It's been a while since I've just sat down and talked to y'all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys want to see more story times, please make sure to let me know in the comments. I have plenty of stories to tell and share. That being said, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications if you want to. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.